We're learning of exclusive details in the drone attacks that took place. The first casualty happened on the 2nd of September. The case is about to be handed over to the NIA. Top officials are saying that this particular motor is not made of iron metal. We'll just wait for a reporter to join us to bring us more context on this. My colleague Anshul joins us right now. Anshul, I believe you've been able to speak to top officials and understand what they had to say, their view of the drone attacks that took place. What was it? What information were they able to share?
Well, the weapons used in these drone attacks were very, very sophisticated weapons, is what top sources are telling us at this point in time. And interestingly, the capability of making such weapons in Manipur, the capability is not present, the technology is not present in Manipur. There are no factories in Manipur that have the technology to actually make such sophisticated weapons, because generally, traditionally, what we have seen that the mortar shells that are thrown out, that are actually made of metal, and these are actually very, very heavy in the shape and size. Approximately 2.5 to 3 kgs is the weight. Now the weapons, the mortar bombs that were used over here, that were dropped through drones over here, these were actually made of hard quality plastics, which meant that the weights were reduced to somewhere around 500 to 600 grams, so that it could be used in drones, it could be attached in drones. We have access to those exclusive pictures where we can see that the propeller that is behind that bomb, that is actually attached to a hook, and this hook was attached to drones. Now the Manipur police has gone ahead and recovered the drones that were used over here. Now the larger question that rises over here, that how are the people, the protesters, or the people who are indulging in violence, they are actually getting access to such sophisticated weapons to attack each other? This is a big question, because in India, the capability is not over here. In fact, if you talk about the entire country, there are only 3 to 4 factories that has the capacity to develop such weapons, but these weapons are definitely not made in India. The engraving that has been done on all these bombs, we have seen those pictures, although due to security reasons, we cannot show those pictures to our viewers at this point, but we have seen those pictures of bombs that were used. These bombs had heavy engraving in them. These engravings were done by machines and were not handmade. However, if we speak about the Kukizu tribe, who is actually accused of carrying out these drone strikes on the Meiteis out here in Imphal, they say that there were no drones used, but the manner in which the recoveries have happened, this definitely raises a question that how are Kukis getting their hands on such sophisticated weapons through which they are going ahead and attacking. In fact, the drones that were used, those drones were flown in manually. There are no GPS that was fit on that drone, so people have been trained to use these drones and drop these bombs at specific locations where they want to. These bombs have also been very specifically made so that they could be attached to these drones, and hence could be attacked. Now the Manipur police at this point in time is taking help of IIT Delhi. They are trying to figure out, the first thing is the make of the drone, because the condition in which they have recovered the drone is absolutely broken. So they want to figure out as to in which country was the drone made, and secondly, they want to get more information about this very sophisticated bomb that was actually used by the Kukizo tribes to actually go ahead and attack the Meiteis tribe and security forces out here in Imphal on the 2nd and 3rd of September.
Okay, Anshul, thank you for bringing us those details. Anshul, as you can see, is joining us live right now from Manipur, Imphal, Manipur. We'll just play out for you the different reactions that continue to come in. But first, we'll start with a ground report by Anshul. Take a look.
Over the last few days, there have been fresh spells of violence that has been seen out here in Imphal. Now the police over here says that these were not students who had in fact attacked the police, due to which retaliation happened, and eventually a lot of students had gotten injured. What the police says that there were several instigators who had joined the protest. And how were they attacking the police? This is something that the police has recovered from the quote-unquote instigators, has been claimed by the Manipur police at this point in time. These are stones, metal bearings that are over here. These were being used to attack police vehicles, on police officials through these slingshots, and through this they made sure that if at all anyone is hurt, through these very heavy pieces of stones and metal bearings over here, they get injured. Also, petrol bombs, fresh petrol bombs have been recovered. These petrol bombs were also thrown somewhere or the other, instigating the protesters, somewhere or the other, saying to the protesters that police will attack them and hence they should retaliate. So definitely there is a lot of to and fro that is going on at this point in time. The students say that the government is not ready to listen to them. On the other hand, the police claims that these are not students who are protesting. In fact, these are instigators who are protesting behind the students are attacking the police. Over the last 8 months, there has been a continuous spell of violence that had broken out in Manipur. Over the last few days, the students of Manipur has now stepped up and are now demanding that the manner in which the government has gone ahead and tried to control the entire situation and have failed miserably as what is being claimed by the students, they should resign. The students are now demanding the resignation of the DGP and the security advisor to the Chief Minister. Over the last 2 days, there have been fresh spur of violence that can be seen, especially out here in Imphal. The students who were protesting, they were stopped by the central forces from going ahead and marching towards the governor house and then to the Chief Minister house. And this stoppage turned violent, in which several students have gotten injured. Yesterday as well, the same happened and several students have gotten injured yet again. Now today as well, the students are continuing with their protest, but a curfew of 5 days have been imposed in the Imphal Valley. Apart from the curfew, internet services have also been shut down. You can see in the visuals behind me the vehicles that have been burned in these protests. This actually narrates a story in itself, that how violent were these protests and how difficult was it for the central forces to actually go ahead and control the situation in some way or the other. At this point in time, what Manipur police is telling us is that the situation is normal, but the situation is still very, very tensed. Now, since the students have stepped up their protest, they say that the manner in which the government has handled the situation, this is having a bad impact on their future, and somewhere or the other, a long-time solution should be found to this violence or to this controversy that has broken out between two ethnic groups out here in Manipur. The violence in Manipur continues for the last 8 months. Over the last few days, there has been a new upsurge of violence. This time around, the students of Manipur have taken the streets. They are demanding that the manner in which the central government and the state governments have failed to control the violence out here, this has affected the students and their future negatively. Over the last 2 to 3 days, students have been continuing with their protest. These protests had initially turned violent, and yesterday as well, after the meeting with the governor of a student body, the violence had broken out and 7 to 8 students had gotten injured. Now today as well, students out here in Manipur are continuing with their protest. A curfew has been imposed across the, in fact in this Imphal Valley in 5 districts. These students are continuing with their protest. Basically, they are demanding that the manner in which the central forces have put pressure or have tried to attack the students who were protesting, they should go away from here. We'll try and speak to them and try to gauge what is their demands and what is the future of this agitation that is happening out here in Manipur. All of you have been protesting over here for the last few days. Entire Manipur has been burning for the last 8 months. What are your demands now, and why this sudden surge of protest that we are seeing happening again?
First of all, my name is Ricky and Ketrium. We all the students of NG College. We are demanding that this college protest. We condemn the central force.
Just day before yesterday, there was a meeting of the student unions with the governor. What transpired in that meeting, and why is this protest going on till now?
The protest till now going on is like the students were beaten. That's why we all demand this. We all come for in Manipur.